Welcome! Thanks for joining me for your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 16th of March for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. You can also click beneath this video on the link and subscribe to my monthly free astrology magazine, regular updates and or your free daily horoscope. This week begins in quite a momentous way with Mercury returning to the sign of Pisces. Now, Mercury first moved into this area this year on the 3rd of February. Mercury is not at its best in Pisces. Pisces is instinctive, it's dreamy, it's watery, whereas Mercury favours facts and figures and clarity. So even though there is the return of Mercury to Pisces, we still have to make sure that we double down on the detail. So that's when communication is going to be important this week. But this can also be a week of power. Power can be used constructively, where we have a target, an objective, and we work towards it with passion, enthusiasm, determination, and willpower. And the combination between Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto can give us an enormous push to go towards the substantive things we want to achieve. But power can also be used negatively. So if someone tries to push you around, especially around your rights, or not respect your boundaries, then it is going to be important to stand your ground. Mars coming into a conjunction with Pluto, exactly as this week draws to a close, could see world events be a little bit more intense. And it could be around a nation state being a little bit too forceful. However, we also have the potential for initiation this week because the Sun returns to the sign of Aries on Friday at 3:50 a.m. GMT. We have the spring vernal equinox and the start of the new Western astrological year. So really exciting. But also we have Saturn moving on Sunday, which is about community and coming together collectively. That moves into Aquarius on Sunday, but it is going to be forging a very constructive link with the Sun all through this week. Firstly, in its transit through Capricorn with the Sun in Pisces, where we can blend our pragmatism with our instinctiveness, and then later in the week with our desire to start new things, we're thinking ahead, planning ahead, Saturn in Aquarius. Aquarius is very future orientated. So if we can blend our ability to connect with others with what we do as individuals, there's so much to go for this week. It really, really is exciting. And the move of Saturn into Aquarius is one which is going to last just briefly through till the 1st of July because Saturn goes into a retrograde on the 11th of May. But Saturn is going to be coming back into Aquarius on the 17th of December and followed by Jupiter on the 20th of December. So the very end of this year is going to have a very much a philosophical and Aquarius vibe, partly because of the solar eclipse that occurs on the 14th of December in Sagittarius. So we're going to come together, I feel, much more as this year draws to a close. But in this particular week, I think it is about transitions from the very Capricornian energy that's so dominated and has been so polarizing over the last few years in lots of different ways across the world. But for now, this is an opportunity for us all to move forwards and really welcome in this new astrological year. Your specific forecast, Cancer, suggests it's all about boundaries this week. That drama that's been building up intensely over the last few years in your sector of relating reaches a peak as Mars comes into a conjunction with Pluto. This can be a very constructive link if we use its power wisely, which can be to lead, it can be to compete, it can be to collaborate. But if we use the passion that these two together give us in a way which is for our total own benefit, so we push opposition out the way, perhaps in an unscrupulous manner, it can come back on us. Now, because you're a caring and sensitive sign ruled by the moon, Your principles are important to you, your emotional foundations. And with Mercury, the planet of communication, moving into the sign of Pisces, another water sign on Monday, linking in with obviously Neptune and the Sun, then I do feel the more idealistic side of your nature can help to balance the way you do interact with others, because Mars and Pluto is a hot, hot combination. But equally, if you have to defend your boundaries with someone who's being too forceful to you, then absolutely do so. But by Friday, the Sun climbs right to the top of your chart. It's the new astrological year for sure, but for you, the Sun's moving from then through your midheaven, which is very much to do with your goals, your ambitions, how you're perceived by people in general. And you could find yourself wanting much more recognition, particularly if this is a bit of an area that has disappointed you, if you're not making the progress in your worldly interactions or materially that you would like. The combination between the vernal equinox and also the Sun and Chiron is a great time to heal this area with more effort and application. And the application is going to be helped by Saturn hugely this week, but particularly from Sunday as it links with the Sun, but across, of course, two new signs. So the Sun's moved into Aries from Pisces, and Saturn from to Aquarius from Capricorn. Now, Saturn into Aquarius for you, the 8th house, is about where you're very deeply invested. So this is a psychological transit. It's going to go on to the 1st of July initially, before returning on the 17th of December, where it will be in the 8th solar house for you for 2.25 years. This could see you thinking very carefully about investments, property, financial planning, pensions, anything to do with the longer term future in a physical sense around money, but also where you're most closely involved with someone. So this can be in a romantic context, it can be in a business one, it can be just in a personal context. But the depth of your relationships will be tested. But initially, this combination between Saturn and the Sun is superb if you want to put yourself forward in some kind of professional context, because I think you're going to be recognized as someone who's very capable, very competent, someone who's very steadfast. And you are one of the best managers of the Zodiac anyway, because yours is a cardinal sign. So all this is going to give you even more tools to demonstrate just how talented and capable you can be. So if you want to realign your ambitions for a new start in your situation, based on this new start of the astrological year, really do think big, because it can take you far. It's been such a pleasure connecting with you in what's going to be an absolutely awesome week commencing the 16th of March. And remember, please click beneath this video to subscribe to my magazine, my mail outs, your free daily horoscope, or you can snaffle your year ahead personal horoscope and character analysis and get 30% off, or you can choose to have a one-to-one personal astrology reading with me. Thank you.